Shalom, family, shalom. We are back with another script of the day. And for today's script of the day, we're going to get into the book of Romans, chapter 9, verses 13 to 16. All right. And a lot of Hebrew camps use this scripture and they'll stop at 13 but won't read the rest. You know what I mean? And they'll try to use it as an excuse to say, oh, the heathen are going to die. The heathen are not going to, because the thing is, right, they'll say, oh, the heathen are not going to make it, right? But then they'll say they're going to serve us in the kingdom. So my thing is like, if they're going to serve us in the kingdom, then that means they made it. If they didn't make it, then that means they're not going to serve us in the kingdom. So you can't confuse people like that. You got to know what you're talking about, right? So let's see. The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13 to 16, right? And it reads, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Elohim? Elohim forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Elohim Yahweh that sheweth mercy. All right. So y'all don't dictate on those corners who gonna make it into the kingdom and who not. You know what I mean? I don't get to decide who gonna make it into the kingdom and who not. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to claim my seat. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to claim a seat or a little corner or something. You know what I mean? So for me to even say, oh, y'all heathens not gonna make it because of what y'all did. Well, did you forget what we did? Right? If the fall of Israel be the riches of the Gentiles, how much greater the fullness thereof? So stop. So it's time for us to grow up and stop trying to blame the man for the heathen for what's going on, right? What we need to do is unify as a body and use their law against them with the law of Yahweh. You know what I mean? And topple this kingdom with the strength and power of Yahweh and his Ruach HaKodesh in the mighty name of his son Yahweh Shai. That's what we need to do. Not sit here complaining, yelling to our own people on the corner, because you won't go over there to the Jewish community and do that. You won't go to no white church and do that, but you'll do it to your own people. You get what I'm saying? Instead of building them up, you'll sit there and slander them and tell them what they doing and everything like that. Like you wasn't just doing that just a couple years ago, a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago. You get what I'm saying? So let's put away childish things and become men in understanding, right? And know what we're talking about, because some of us just sound stupid when we quote this scripture and don't even know what we're talking about. And if you read all the way down to 31 in chapter 9, it actually tells you that if a Gentile is keeping the commandments, he is better than an Israelite that's not keeping the commandments. You get what I'm saying? So it's always been about the standard. It's always been about the standard and the Torah and the law. It's never been about the people. He chose us to be the example and we disobeyed. And now we're in the predicament we in because we disobeyed, not because Yahweh disobeyed. He ain't just wake up one day and say, I want to send heathens after you. Like, no, y'all chose to drop the guard. We chose to drop the guard. We chose to be disobedient, and we got to take that, own it, and preach this word to the Jew first, then to the Gentile. Shalom. Love y'all.